My dear scholars, researchers, and management professionals, we are trying to connect together the different dots in the history of management thought. We have reached at a point where we are looking at how the Roman Empire was trying to present the management principles, especially in terms of the civil and public administration, and how the leadership thoughts were emerging from the strategic view of conquering the lands by the Roman Empire. But being a student of management, we are more interested that how the buying and sellings of the products, especially the goods, may it be the agricultural goods, of course, in those times, have to be looked into, and what are the management principles, marketing principles, operation principles, public and civil administration principles were being developed. So the period we are now reached and we'll be looking is between 600 to 1600. That is the time when the Roman Empire will be going down in the history, and the Islamic era and the Muslim merchants will start acting as a middleman. We were talking how the Prophet Muhammad acted as a trader in the beginning of his life, how the caliphs in the Islamic states, in the Islamic citizen states, or the whole region perspective, contributed the management and the administration principles. So this period of 600 to 1600 AD is a kind of period of change. You may call it period of buying and selling, period of commerce. That's where the commercial activity was taking roots in the markets in a professional way. Government and public administration principles were being followed because of the Roman Empire and the way they ruled different countries and different states. Those were the time of the cities and the states. Cities of Roma, government of Venice, Madrid and Sevilla. So these were the areas where the public and government administration principles, strategic leadership, and the principles of management were being evolved. But I think we are more interested now in this period how the buying and selling were being taken care of. What was the nature of markets? Where the products and goods were coming from? Who were the kind of buyers and their consumer behavior? How it was being evolved. We have to keep in mind that even in those areas, those periods, mining and domestic manufacturing were at peak, and they remained important. So in other words, craft industry may it be coming from silk, may it be coming from China, spices industry coming from Southern Asia. So let's put it in a way that goods coming from Asia meeting at a point in the Middle East, let's put it this way, as of today, and the European consumers coming to a place in Middle East and meeting together for buying and selling. That is where the Islamic cities became the center of economic gravity. Because the Asian traders marching through and walking through the Islamic cities, and the government and the citizens and the societies and the culture was interacting with them. And they were meeting with the Muslims who were actually acting as a middleman. They were going on one side to the Asian countries, to India and China, for example, to Sri Lanka and Ceylon, that was its older name, and buying the agricultural produce, goods, and bringing it through the Islamic cities, presenting it for the European consumer. But let's keep one thing in mind. This middleman, Muslim middleman, were developing a kind of trustworthy culture in the markets. And these Asian products, silk, spices, drugs, textile, even the tea. There were no coffee beans in those areas, but there were some tea leaves. But the most focus was the spices. Even there was a business of pearl as well. Pearl of Ceylon and Sri Lanka. And all of this were taken to the market by the Muslim middlemen. So they were acting as traders. And consumers from Byzantine, consumers from Europe, consumers from Istanbul, from Madrid, from Sevilla, they were coming to buy these products and interacting with Muslim traders, getting influence by their management style, trading style, and trustworthiness. And that's how interaction of the culture of the East and the West was moving from the Asian part to the European part. And we will see how then it was affecting the culture of the markets as well. Thank you.